So there has obviously been a ton of Fallout news in 2025. Again, not only have we been getting a ton of news to do with the Fallout TV show and of course the upcoming season 2 that has just been getting leaked and leaked, literally more than Overtime Megan that one little period. But of course, we've been getting a ton of leaks to other things such as the Fallout games, a potential, Fallout 5 little update, a potential Fallout spin-off little update, amongst a ton more things. So I thought it'd be cool and fun today that in today's video, we actually go over not only all the show updates and leaks and news, but obviously go over all of the other stuff that has happened with Fallout in 2025. But again, before we do get into all of this and more, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like on this video to let me know you guys enjoy it. Subscribe to the channel for latest Fallout content, gaming content, movie content, all of the above if you haven't already as well. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's get straight into it. The reason we haven't heard much news about Fallout Season 2 actually has a pretty big reason, and I'm going to be talking about all of that and more today. So I think without further ado, we should just get all into the latest Fallout Season 2 news. And I think we should start off with Walton Goggins, the man who plays the Ghoul, one of the coolest characters I think I've ever seen in fiction. As a massive Fallout fan who was a bit skeptical on how they were going to do the Ghouls in the Fallout show, I was really surprised and absolutely loved how they went about it. Again, Walton Goggins actually said that he thought that Season 2 was extraordinary, but he believes Season 2 will blow Season 1 out of the water. Again, he actually said that to Deadline, and as we know, there has been some filming, videos and leaks of him on the set of Season 2, one that I've talked about on the channel here. You can actually see him and Lucy, of course, with Dogmeat at a drive-in, and of course, Dogmeat actually looks like he finds something. He runs over to the car. I don't know what it will be. Probably a freaking dildo, a radioactive dildo or some shit. I don't really know. But again, the drive-in is really interesting because I believe from the signs and whatnot, the drive-in is actually a Starlight drive-in, which is from Fallout 4 and is not in Fallout New Vegas at all. Again, I think there's a drive-in or two in Fallout New Vegas. I think there's like the Mojave drive-in or something. I definitely just cooked that. I'm 99% sure that's not what it's called, but my Fallout New Vegas knowledge is not taking me back to what the drive-in was called. But yeah, this is the Starlight drive-in. Same company as Fallout 4, which is really interesting that they're using that. But again, you can see the set looks absolutely insane. The old-timey cars with Walton Goggins there as the Ghoul and with Alapernal as Lucy. And of course, Dogmeat. So that is one set video of Season 2 we of course do have. We did luckily enough though get some new set images. And it obviously says that more Fallout Season 2 leaked set photos looking just as detailed as Season 1. Again, this is North Hollywood right here. You can see, of course, some really old-timey wall art right there. It's actually been like graffitied over and it says sex. So some horny mofo in the wasteland definitely graffitied over that. You also got a big store here which says Atomic Wrangler with the billboard out front. Bar and a casino with more graffiti on there as well, with the NCR being graffitied on the side, which is really interesting. Again, we know what happened to the NCR in Fallout Season 1. So I'm not actually too sure if this is in the Mojave or if this is still in California. I would assume it's still in California somewhere. Again, I've spoken about it in a previous video as well. We do know Macaulay Culkin has been cast in Fallout Season 2, which is really interesting. Again, Fallout, the show, didn't really have too many big name actors, and even though Macaulay Culkin is pretty limited to just Home Alone, this is really interesting to see that now as an adult actor, he has been working a lot recently in a lot of films and whatnot. I think some indie projects as well. And he's going to be in Fallout Season 2, which I'm extremely intrigued to see who he's going to play there. Again, Kamal Nanijani Parmigiana. I can never pronounce this fucking guy's name. I'm sorry in advance, but he has also reportedly been cast in season 2, and he has just quietly become a really, really big name actor over the last couple of years, again appearing in some Disney projects like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, and of course Eternals, which, as he's mentioned in interviews, he actually thought Eternals was going to be this massive big Marvel project, which didn't end up really coming to fruition, but he is going to be starring in Fallout Season 2, and I guess he's low-key starting to become a bigger actor here and there as well, so some people will definitely notice him, and he's a guy to keep an eye out for. But obviously the big news, and that I wanted to talk about, news that, again, it relates to what I said at the start of the video of why we haven't heard much news about Fallout Season 2, is because a lot of the filming has actually been delayed due to the massive wildfires that we have recently just had in Los Angeles. And again, I know they were weeks and weeks ago now at the time making this video, but the effects that they unfortunately had to absolutely everyone who lived in those areas is terrible. And it unfortunately as well, I mean, this is the least worry. Again, I know it put people out of jobs and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, Fallout Season 2 has been affected. And I'm not trying to compare it to those who lost their homes, you know, those who lost animals, all of the above. But again, a lot of people are probably out of a job for this limited time while Fallout Season 2 is being delayed due to the massive wildfires. So it is a little bit of a disaster. Very, very unfortunate. But from rumors and whatnot, I think they're starting to get back on track now. So again, hopefully Fallout Season 2 may still come by the end of the year or something like that. Again, I don't think the wildfires would have affected, you know, the editing and all of that type of stuff. So that will have all kept going as normal. And yeah, I think hopefully we'll still get it by the end of the year, if not really early on next year. I still have hope for like maybe November or December, because we've been getting a ton of Fallout Season 2 leaks, because there's been a ton of filming locations that they've been building upon, and a ton of sets that have just been out there and kind of easy to see, which is honestly really, really cool that they're going with practical sets instead of everything under the sun just being CG. So that's obviously a very, very good positive. But I tell you what's not really positive is kind of the research that I've had to do for this video, because there is not only a lot of deleted stuff out there, but if you just search up Fallout Season 2 on Twitter, I didn't know, but in the last month, it has become a trend for freaking OnlyFans chicks and porn stars to start doing freaking videos in Vault jumpsuits. Again, when I first saw it, I was like, damn, why the hell wasn't this popping when the show first came out? But now I'm like, holy crap, I just got distracted from my research because I saw some chick getting freaking railed in a Vault suit costume. Again, if you want to search that up on Twitter, be my guest. But that's just legit the research that I have gone through to do this video. The shit that I've seen, you can't really unsee. But one of the big ones I saw was a little article here as well that said that the new Fallout Season 2 set leaks offer a new look at New Vegas and the Lucky 38, with it being said that videos shared by TikTok user Onzo1313, thanks Eurogamer, give us a tantalizing look at the Fallout show's adaptation of New Vegas. One video shows part of New Vegas, including the iconic Lucky 38 resort and casino, all bright and lit up. It's certainly far from the rusty place you might expect, but there's likely a good reason. Again, some of these videos are really cool. The sets are legitimately like really big, and they are designed super well. Again, there are of course some changes, don't get me wrong, but part of the reason there are a lot of changes to some of these sets and whatnot, and the designs of the locations, is just because this is taking place obviously a certain amount of time after New Vegas. I think it's about 15 years or so after New Vegas. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but the Fallout TV show obviously takes place after Fallout 4, after New Vegas, and after Fallout 3. And all 4 of those games and show are, I think, in like a 25-year window of each other. So there is some time between the show and New Vegas, which, granted, that means that New Vegas is somewhat going to change up a little bit. So those little bit of changes, we can't just be like, oh crap, they've just designed it a little bit, bad, and there's a fault or something. There's going to be a change here or there, because again, like, look, 15 years ago, I was freaking, my balls were like stuck up to my stomach type thing. Again, a lot changes in 15 years, and that's what we are genuinely seeing right here. Again, there's also some more stuff. It obviously says in a separate video, we can see a welcome sign for the strip and another for the tops, among other locales that are a bit more worn, weathered, and cobbled together. The easy conclusion to draw is that we'll see the strip both pre and post-war. The show is confirmed to be heading to New Vegas for season 2, and it's not just about the location itself. Mr. House is set to be a part of the new season, though how involved he'll be is still unclear. We've already seen the tease of some familiar sights thanks to previous set leaks, and all that indicates the Amazon series is going to journey to quite a few notable spots in the Mojave. Again, some other things that we saw, like I've talked about, other than these really nice set locations as well, obviously, is there was a leak of Ella Purnell as Lucy and Walton Goggins as the Ghoul with Dogmeat, and it looks like they're traveling from Los Angeles to New Vegas. So we are going to see quite a fair bit of their journey that does happen. Again, how much of New Vegas we're going to see is going to be interesting. There have been some theories that the first 5 episodes will be going to New Vegas, the next 5 will be about it. Well, there's also been theories like this, as well as the article mentioned, of what's going to be happening to characters like Mr. House. Again, we kind of know what happens in the canon, but if this is going to be a pre-war, setting, and we're going to see some pre-war stuff via flashbacks or whatever it's going to be, then that would be a perfect opportunity to show Mr. House. After all, he has been cast in the first season of Fallout. So it looks like we're going to be getting some pre-war New Vegas content. There's going to be a little bit there to, again, dissect. But these set locations, they look legitimately so crazy. Like the welcome to the strip looks awesome. It honestly looks like an amusement park. Like, it looks like some really torn down, abandoned amusement park. And you just see how the detail is that they're going through with this, and that they're really pushing to get this to us as soon as we possibly can. Again, I've reported on the channel before, we had some delays due to the California wildfires, but that really hasn't, I think, stopped it as much as what we think it has, because these locations are built. They are filming on these locations as of now. They already filmed a ton of stuff before the bushfires, of course, happened as well. And it looks like they're just really progressing. Again, there's some pictures as well that we have seen as well. Again, there's one here that says that Fallout Season 2 is going to be fire. I'm guessing we're going to see the strip in flashbacks and present day. Again, another one here that of course says as well that I love the care they take with this show. So many things they could have half-assed that aren't. Season 2 of Fallout is going to be bigger than Season 1. And again, you see the dinosaur here from Fallout New Vegas in the game, and of course comparing it to the legit one that they have built in live action. They freaking built this big ass dinosaur thing from the game, and they're putting it into live action. Again, it is absolutely crazy. It's so authentic, and it's so Jonathan Nolan, because as we know, the Nolans, for the most part, they're pretty practically friendly. Like, they like to do a lot of stuff without CGI. Again, Christopher Nolan literally planted a whole entire cornfield for the Interstellar movie, and we're just seeing Jonathan Nolan, who has already been such a great mind in media, really take this Fallout game series, which is my favorite of all time, and do it so well. And literally just do it justice, which so many companies just don't like to do with products. I mean, there have been so many game series that have just been turned to shit in live action TV shows and movies that when we finally got The Last of Us and how great that was, and Fallout, two of the best game series that have now just converted to media and have been converted so perfect, and both were converted differently, with Last of Us being a semi, I won't say one-to-one replica because there was a lot of different things, but very faithful to the game, while Fallout was very faithful, but in different ways. It literally gave us our own story, and we've had Jonathan Nolan explain that it was like, to him, they were making Fallout 6 because they already knew what the plans for Fallout 5 were going to be, and that's of course what Bethesda told them, so they knew what not to do. So they got to make this whole entire Fallout 6 thing from scratch, and it has just been a massive success. And yeah, they're doing it absolute justice, and I'm so excited to see how this season 2 goes again. I'll be keeping you guys updated with all the latest leaks that we're going to be getting, because I think there's going to be a ton more with Fallout. That just keeps coming out. People are taking so many pictures and videos, so I'll have a lot more content coming out with that soon. So while I was actually researching for ideas for a new Fallout video, I actually came across something that I thought was not only kind of interesting, but it kind of had me thinking about the potential change that this might cause in the future of the Fallout franchise. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it was essentially revealed that the Fallout New Vegas lead writer had rejoined Obsidian Games after being gone for 15 years, and he's rejoined them in 2025. Again, this guy was literally the lead writer of Fallout New Vegas, and why this is really interesting and has gotten a lot of people thinking is because, as we know, the Fallout TV series was extremely successful. It was one of the most successful shows of 2024, and basically when it came out, there was a massive rush of people playing Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and even some of the older games like Fallout 3 and New Vegas. It literally got to the point where I think Fallout 76 had its most daily players ever on Steam by a hell of a lot, way more than when it was actually released on Steam, and it was just a massive deal. The only issue was that Bethesda just didn't really have much content at all to go with this Fallout TV show, meaning that a lot of the people who were getting back into replaying the games and not playing them for the first time, for the most part, were replaying content they had already seen. So this had really sparked a lot of people to suggest that we are probably going to be getting a Fallout game way sooner than expected. Again, the timeline right now has a new Fallout game coming out in 2035 at this rate of Bethesda's insanely slow release schedule. But as we know, with a couple of Xbox insiders on the podcast, they actually believe and kind of revealed that we won't have to wait that long for a Fallout game, as Xbox and Microsoft, the new owners of Fallout, they want a game to come out now. They don't want to be out here waiting.
That's what they're talking about right now.
So what?
From what I understand.
So
I'm suggesting someone else is going to build Fallout.
Someone else at Bethesda would come in and make a Fallout 5.
Not necessarily.
Would it be
Bethesda.
Fallout 5 or would it be Fallout: City?
It might be Fallout: City. They're putting a plan in place, and I don't think it necessarily be Todd's main Bethesda team doing it.
Who
That's
would you?
my belief, but I just know that they know they can't let this take that long. That's the gist of the current plan. It's not going to take. We're not going to have to wait that long for it. They're currently formulating plans on how to get the next Fallout here for us sooner rather than later, which I know is vague as hell. But we constantly talk about, will we even see Fallout this decade?
No, we won't.
And The answer is, I think we will.
So because of all of this has led a lot of people to speculate that yes, we are going to be getting a new Fallout game. These Xbox insiders have revealed it's probably going to be happening and it won't be Fallout 5. So what will it be? Well, the thing is, Obsidian, the only other company outside of, since Bethesda have owned it, to make a Fallout game, have pretty much got no new games coming out after 2025, 2026. They are not working on any games at all. They don't have a slate of games that we know that they are currently working on. And essentially there's been a rumor for like a minute now that they've actually been trying to hire and encourage old employees from Black Isle, original Fallout creators and former Obsidian creators, to come back and help them work on a new, Fallout game. And we can straight away see that it looks like this could obviously be happening because they've just hired the old Fallout New Vegas lead writer to come back. Again, this article does say that Fallout New Vegas lead writer returns to Obsidian after leaving 14 years ago. But before you ask, no, it's not for Fallout New Vegas 2. 14 years after leaving Obsidian Entertainment to PLY his trade on games including Guardians of Middle-earth, Horizon Zero Dawn, and Horizon Forbidden West, Fallout New Vegas creative designer lead John Gonzalez has returned. But don't get excited, New Vegas fans, because he says it's not for New Vegas 2. He goes on to say, "I'm happy to share that I'm starting a new position as creative director." Gonzalez wrote in a brief message on LinkedIn via Game Industry, clearly anticipating what his announcement would lead to. He added in a quick note further down the page, "Back to Obsidian for exciting times." No, it's not Fallout New Vegas 2. Gonzalez played a big role in the creation of Fallout New Vegas, to the extent that designer Sawyer clarified his contributions in 2022 thread on X, saying John Gonzalez was the lead creative designer, effectively writing lead on Fallout New Vegas, Sawyer wrote. He wrote the main plot with Chris Avalone's starting incident, shot in the head, dropped in a grave in the desert, and my endpoint, second battle of Hoover Dam. Again, there's a couple other different things here, like them saying that that's an awfully big chunk of awfully big games, and you can understand why most fans expect, or at least hope, that after more than a decade away, Gonzalez, who earned acclaim for his work as a narrative director on Horizon games, is coming back to Fallout games fans have been demanding for years. It's a shame for them that he's not, but take heart. He may not have returned to Obsidian for New Vegas 2, but some kind of undiscussed new Fallout. Hey, anything's possible, and we would like that very much. Obsidian is also currently working on The Outer Worlds 2, which has a bit of Fallout flavor to it, and one currently expected out sometime this year. Now look, I don't believe this for a minute. He might not actually be working on Fallout New Vegas 2, but I believe they'll be working on a Fallout game. I think Microsoft are pushing this. They own Obsidian, they own Bethesda and Fallout. They're going to 100% be pushing this, especially considering they know that Obsidian has had a knack of making games a lot quicker than what Bethesda have, and there's been a clear, I think, want to try and hire a bunch of those people who used to work on the games. Again, they could have hired anyone in the world. Why would they hire a guy who worked for the company 15 years ago? It doesn't fully make sense. Again, this is, to me, the idea of making a new Fallout game. And I don't know if it's a Fallout New Vegas 2, because realistically, as we know, the Fallout show is Fallout New Vegas 2. So it probably won't be, but there are so many other options that they can potentially do. For example, as we know, Bethesda like to make their games on the East Coast, while Obsidian, they made their Fallout game on the West Coast. And if Bethesda really want to make Fallout 5 the biggest thing that they possibly can, and the rumors have it that it will be on New York, then they can absolutely go for that and take the years and times to, of course, go out and produce that. But the thing is, there's also been a ton of rumors that San Francisco will be the in-game location of Fallout 5, and it's something that I've personally talked about on the channel already. Like, after all, Kellogg, in his memory den in Fallout 4, you can go to the San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. He also smokes San Francisco sunlights. And there are just a lot of hints to San Francisco and Fallout 4 altogether, like the news anchor at the start of the game. And we know Bethesda like to tease their next game locations in their current game. So I think San Francisco is a massive location that Bethesda or Fallout want to explore. The only issue is that right now they don't have the time. It probably doesn't make sense for them. They will probably end up doing New York with Fallout 5 and probably staying on the East Coast, but they could always let Obsidian, who did Fallout New Vegas, not far from San Francisco, go and take the mantle of doing a San Francisco game. And realistically, they would probably, if they started working on this game end of 2025, I think they could get this game out in like 2028. They've already got all of Bethesda's, creation engine 2 and all of the assets that they've got there. They can quite literally, I think, do this pretty goddamn quick. And look, Fallout 76 was made in 3 years and they got it good in like 4. I think Obsidian could do this in 3 to 4 years and it wouldn't even surprise me at all. And with, Bethesda now being owned by Microsoft, they'll have a ton more people that they can put to help working on these games. So I think this is quite possibly a big thing, and I think they will possibly be working on the new Fallout game. But of course, we'll have to wait and see. I'd very much like to hear all of your thoughts and opinions on this in the comment section down below. Do you guys think that Obsidian will be making a new Fallout game with the new lead writer, or do you guys think they won't be? Again, subscribe to the channel for all latest Fallout content and news. Subscribe to my sports channel, which will be getting linked down below. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.